You know, I believe that there's a lot of stats that I can throw at you here today about the UFC and our business and what we've done and everything else. I can prove everything that I'm going to tell you today. This I cannot prove, but this is what I believe. I believe that before a guy threw a ball through a hoop, a guy hit a puck with a stick, okay, and a guy hit a ball over the wall with a stick, two men were put on this earth, somebody threw a punch, and whoever was standing around ran over and watched, okay? Fighting is the first sport ever, and it will be the last sport ever. That is what I believe. So far, I've been right. When I say that, I mean, I don't care what color you are. I don't care what country you're from. I don't care what language you speak. We're all human beings. Fighting's in our DNA. We get it and we like it.
Hey everybody, E. Spencer Kyte here for Keyboard Kimura and theprovince.com at the Vancouver Board of Trade luncheon featuring UFC President Dana White and UFC Canada Managing Director Tom Wright, talking today with brother Jake Edwards as the moderator about the development of UFC across Canada. Tom Wright speaking about the 5 events coming up in this country over the course of 2014. Dana going back over some of the things he's talked about in the past about Canada being a mecca and how this country snuck up on them in terms of UFC fan base.
Vancouver and Canada as a whole has always been a very strong market for us. I'll tell you, when we first bought this company, the 3 no-brainers for me were the United States, Mexico, and the UK. Traditionally really big fight countries, always into combat sports, boxing, mostly, but I thought those were the 3 no-brainers, and Canada blew me away. I didn't see Canada coming. I didn't realize how big it would become here.
Dana White has always talked about Canada as being a mecca for the UFC. Over the last couple of years, he's backed off that a little bit, giving that title to Brazil as of late. It will be very interesting to see what happens coming out of UFC 174 here in Vancouver. The first show 4 years ago, UFC 115, had over 17,000 people pack then GM Place. A very raucous audience, a lot of support, a lot of people very much interested, but it was a first-time market. A year later, we had the Stanley Cup competing with UFC 131. Still did 14,000 plus people, still a very good turnout. Unfortunately, this week, the buzz just isn't there for UFC 174. Ticket sales estimates have been anywhere from 5,000 to upwards of 10,000, so it will be interesting to see what kind of number we get on Saturday night and how that affects the UFC's decision to come back to Vancouver in the future.
The thing that makes fighting so unique is that everybody's an expert. Everybody, if I walked around this room tonight and asked you who was going to win on Saturday night, everybody would have an opinion, okay? Men, women, no matter what. Now, if we start talking about the cricket game coming up next Saturday, I know jack shit about cricket. I have no opinion, couldn't tell you anything about it, and I'm sure there's many people in the room that feel the same way. But fighting works everywhere.
That's it for me, E. Spencer Kyte here at the Vancouver Board of Trade luncheon for Keyboard Kimura and the province. Don't forget, fight fans, if you've ever wanted to see a UFC event live, this is your chance. There are still tickets available at the box office and at ticketmaster.ca for UFC 174. Even though it doesn't have the buzz, I assure you it's going to be a great night of fights inside Rogers Arena. Definitely check it out. Check out the UFC experience at Jackpool Plaza this afternoon, and definitely get all your UFC 174 information going forward from theprovince.com and Keyboard Kimura.